oh, you don't want to move your seat forward? Do you know why? Because the first video we did where you had to move your seat forward, it was like my favorite clip. I don't know why, because you're just like...
You wanted that again.
That's all. It's just so silly.
It is so silly.
It's so silly. Okay, we're just going to get going. So this is week 3.
Week 3.
So we've done Pilates. We done anaerobic alactic endurance, which you called quick death.
Quick death.
That was a bruise. I don't know if they'll be able to see it, but I will. If not, I'll put a picture in there.
Yeah.
She bruised her leg, battle wound.
I'm gonna sue the gym.
Yeah, no big deal. Yeah, take us for all we're worth.
But this was my battle wound from last week, which last week was quite the dramatic episode, I will say.
It goes live today.
I'm looking forward to that humbling experience of watching myself at that low.
Yeah.
So now I'm here on a high because week 3 was Lost Cycle, and it was so fun.
It was a lot of fun. And this one,
I was beaming.
It was one of those ones where I knew Lost Cycle was going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to keep it for not the end, because I don't know when this ends, but like later on in the season. But like, hey, let's start off on a high.
It was so fun.
It was.
Should we just dive in?
Let's just dive right in.
Okay, so we go to Lost Cycle. I didn't know that London had one of these.
Should we talk about what it is?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so Lost Cycle. So what I thought Lost Cycle was just going to be a spin studio, like you see in Soul Cycle and Spinco and all the other larger brands. But it's not just a spin studio. It's about rhythm spin. Yeah. And, it's more about, you're obviously getting a great workout from your spin, but you're also using like your full body. You're doing like push-ups on there. You're doing like these no hand thingies. You're doing side to sides. There's a part where you're using weights. There's like dancing, but not dancing if you want.
Yeah. Like
if I would have been there for maybe another 10 minutes, I probably would have like started to do some hand motions.
Oh, we just needed 10 more minutes.
10 more minutes. Yeah. It was really good.
It was so fun. So this type of fitness in particular, I really love. And I think the name of this studio is super fitting.
Yeah.
Because for me, I love rhythm cycling because I love music. So being able to get lost in music while exercising is a really euphoric experience for me personally. So one of the first forms of fitness that I really fell in love with is called the B class, which I'm hoping that we can try at some point virtually. So that was created by this fantastic human named Tara Newbegin, and she lives in Canmore, Alberta, and it's popular songs that upbeat, some of them a little bit slower, and then she programs essentially different movements and sequences that have lunges, push-ups, some dancing movements.
Yep.
And she used to always say, and I carry this with me still, lose control of your control in order to gain control of your control. And that's how I felt at this class, because you don't need to think so much. You're not counting your reps. The person is going, the energy in the room is so high, and you can just get lost in it, which is really special because I just feel so empowered, unstoppable when I'm exercising. And of course, there's the mirrors too. So when we were doing like the dances and stuff, I had my hair up with a hair strong band and my hair was just flipping back and forth. And I just felt so strong and great, and in a room full of supportive people who were having a great time. So 15 out of 10 experience.
And even just like, because I'm a stickler for customer experience, and that's what kind of blew me away as well. So I signed you up for the class, obviously, and I've used my own email to do it. But like right when you sign up for the class, you get a nice email. The email tells you what to expect in your first class. Tells you what you need to bring just for like vaccine passport stuff. And then, we arrive on scene. They know it's our first class. So if you notice, there was like little stars.
They had welcome with a heart.
Exactly. So like little things like that, those little touches for me anyways, it's really good, because when you go to these types of studios, sometimes people could feel intimidated.
Yeah.
And that's just a great way to kind of break the ice, right?
Totally.
So that was great. And then everyone gets shoes to clip in on as well, which, so
talk about that.
Yeah. So other spin classes that I've been to in the past, they don't necessarily provide you with shoes. So there might be like little cages that are on the spin bikes, but once again, I haven't done spin in a very long time.
Okay.
So probably all of them now have this, but I thought that was really cool. And there was no charge to use the shoes as well, which is really nice. But yeah, clipping in, I have never in my life clipped in to a bike. Like I have a mountain bike, I have a hybrid bike, but like there's no clip in. I just do whatever, pedals and shoes. So I had no idea what I was doing. And they obviously have a lot of drop-ins. So you can tell like right away from the get-go, they're like, hey, if you have issues clipping in, just wait for me. I'll come and help you out. So Sasha was our instructor. Sasha, right?
Sasha.
Fantastic. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Yeah. But she like came, like grabbed the pedal and like guided my foot in, helped me out. So like that was great. I wasn't like stuck there being lost and like, oh no, they're gonna start without me. So yeah, clipping in was quite the experience.
Clipping in is always the experience for me.
Yeah. That's
the hardest part of spin. I've only been to 2 other spin classes, both in Toronto, one at Ride and one at, I don't remember the other studio's name, but same idea, the rhythm cycling.
Yep.
And each time I need somebody to clip me in and clip me out. I actually clipped out this time on my own, so baby steps.
Yeah, you did, which like blew me away.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're going to be the same. And so she's at the end of class, sorry, we're kind of going all over the place, but at the end of class, you do this like little, cool down stretching sequence. So she's like, okay, unclip your right foot and put your right foot on top of the bike and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, how do I unclip? Do I lean forward? Do I lean back? I didn't think to twist.
Yeah.
So she sees me because I'm front and center, which was a mistake. I thought we were a row back.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're like right in front of the instructor, right in front of Sasha. And she's like, if you can't unclip, feel free to just take your foot right out of the boot.
So Isaac's like down,
yeah,
undoing the thing while everybody else is doing this nice stretch up on the bike, and Isaac is getting off. You were also, I think you were the only guy there too, front row and center.
I think I was
taking your shoes off for the stretching sequence.
But what I liked though is once again she didn't like single me out and say, hey, you in the front. It was more like, and if you guys, like pretending that there's other people struggling. There wasn't. And then you had to do, so you put your legs straight on. Yeah. And then there was like a pigeon kind of motion. Yeah. And like, I don't have the mobility to do it.
Really? I thought you did so well.
No. Wait,
honestly?
For the stretching?
For the stretching.
I like how you have to specify. For the stretching. The whole class.
Well, the whole class too. But when I saw you unclipping your shoe, I thought this might be funny because what if he can't actually do what we're doing right now?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just had a moment. Not that I was doubting you, but...
Well, I don't care if you were.
That's I kind of was. Okay, you know what?
Yeah,
I was doubting you. I thought, there's no way Isaac's going to be able to yip his leg up onto the bars. And he did it.
Yeah, but like when you had to cross your leg, I couldn't do it.
Oh, okay.
I feel like my seat was too far away and I was too little. I couldn't even get my knee to prop up.
Big bike.
Yeah, pretty well. It's like, do you know those old-timey bikes with the big front wheel?
Yeah.
That's what I felt like I was riding.
The whole ride. Oh my gosh. We're actually such a funny duo to go into these things. And she said that. Because she watched me laughing at you undoing your shoes. And she said, this is so fun. And
you guys are so much fun.
You guys are so much fun. And I felt like we were.
Okay.
I had so much fun.
Let's talk about, so we clip in.
Yeah.
We're officially starting the class.
Okay, first off, she clipped me in. Let the record show.
So Sasha clipped both of us in. Fantastic.
Front row and center.
And then like it's, the mood in this room is very like it's dark, but like fun lighting and stuff.
Yeah.
I almost don't want to give away too much because I do think if you haven't tried a Lost Cycle class and you're watching this or listening to this, do yourself a favor and go sign up for it if you're in London, Ontario.
Seriously. If you want to go with me, I'm always down.
Yeah, let us know.
Literally, let me know, and I'm coming.
So music starts, and like I was expecting that. When the lady came around saying, hey, do you want headphones, like earplugs?
Oh, she didn't ask me. I was so deaf.
Well, that's because you looked so young and like bright, and I'm just this old man, old scared man.
Old man.
So I'm like, no, I want the full experience.
Yeah.
So music starts, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm expecting.
It's Rihanna.
Right? So we're like sitting down, and she's like, all right, the whole thing with rhythm spin is to
Yeah.
make sure your feet are going to the beat. And I'm like, what is happening now? So I have zero rhythm.
Yeah.
And I wasn't expecting this to be like dancing on the bike. I was expecting just like a good old fashioned spin class.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh wow, oh right, Isaac, you need to focus.
Dial
you're
in.
dialing in. So I would just stare at Sasha's feet because I'm like, okay, as soon as Sasha's foot is extended, then that means my foot should be extended. So I'm trying to like go
In
with
the
Sasha.
mirror?
Yeah. So I wasn't looking at myself in the mirror. I'm mainly looking at Sasha's feet, like
Yeah.
not her body, her feet.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the hell is she spinning so fast?
Yeah.
It was and then I'm like, okay, fine. Maybe I'll look at Jess's feet. And then I look at Jess's feet. And same thing. Jess is spinning like a mile a minute. I'm like, I really need to get my shit together.
Well, first off, it was Rihanna. I'm not going to swear, but better have my money.
Yeah. Well, I said
And-
shit, so this is already explicit.
Okay. I'm going to keep myself
Oh, okay.
nice and
Yeah,
clean.
that's good.
So I just love it. It's like, kamikaze. And I'm just,
Yeah.
like, in your foreign car.
Yeah.
You know, I had to do it. So right off the bat,
You're
she
into it.
had me. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is so fun. I'm going to let loose. She's flipping her hair around.
Yeah.
I'm flipping my hair around. It's getting hot. Yeah, the lights are sick. And so what you do is, and I've really struggled with this. I feel like I get better every time I go to these because I have rhythm, but it's hard when you're trying to take in all of this new information. So if you go to a spin class like this and you struggle with the rhythm at first, I would challenge you to go and try again because it gets easier and then you'll be able to let go and get lost, which is the whole point. So what they do is they say, okay, we're going to match to the beat on our right foot. Yeah. And so it's like hitting down when the beat goes. So they've got a variety of songs that helps pace you and everything. And then you spin the dial, tension, whatever, to put on essentially like more tension and make it harder for harder songs. So she was showing us the movements. We were standing. And that's the thing is you kind of have to hold on standing for a while. She's like, keep going, like do this for you.
Yeah.
Don't drop down.
Yeah.
And it's so fun.
Yeah. So starts off.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm trying to stay on beat. And then I'm like, I give up with my feet. I'm like, okay, I'm going to spin.
Yeah.
I'm going to spin hard. Okay. I'm going to have tension high, whatever. Right. And I'm like, my focus now, because I can't multitask.
Yep.
I'm like, I'm just going to try to do whatever she's doing when she's pushing her arms.
Push-ups,
right?
yeah.
So like there would be like, you push up straight, push up to the right, push up on the different handlebars, blah, blah, blah. And she's walking you through it. She does a really, really good job of explaining.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this girl's going so fast. She's going so fast.
Yeah.
And so
she's
good.
speedy.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, Isaac, you got to keep up, man. You got to keep up. And because I have zero rhythm, I swear, when she would be going down, I'm going up. And it was like a seesaw,
so hard.
the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while, I'd be like, okay, I'm going to stop and then like let her go. And then I'll catch up again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it took like probably like, okay, the first 5 minutes, I'm like, whoa, okay, let's do this. And then probably like the next, like 10 minutes in, 15 minutes in, that's when I started to get a lot more used to it.
Yeah.
And, I think I like what you said, which is like, if you've just tried one rhythm class, like go to more.
Mm-hmm.
And what I loved about the experience as well, it's like there was no judgment in that room.
No,
At
I loved
all.
that.
Yeah. And I mean, that like you could just kind of feel that energy while you were there. But then afterwards, like after the class is done, just kind of fast forwarding a little bit, two of like their members or people that were dropping in, the one girl who like killed it.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, are you guys doing a double class too? I'm like, I would love to, but like, there's no way my legs are going to let me right now.
Yeah.
And
I would have been so down.
Yeah, I know you
if
would.
that was an option.
And she's like, we were looking at you guys, for your first class, you guys killed it. You did such a good
It was
job.
so nice.
And the other girl that was there, she's like, yeah, I mean, my first class, I could barely do anything. And you guys rocked it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
That
oh,
felt nice.
that's
It was
so
so
nice.
nice for them to approach us afterwards
It
and
was very
encourage us. That is just the marker of building a good community and having
Absolutely.
a strong culture.
Yeah.
And that's what I think small businesses in particular win at.
Yeah.
Because I won't lie, when I've gone to them in Toronto, I do feel a bit judged. And I felt like the last spin class that I did in Toronto, the instructor really focused on making sure everybody was in sync. That was her thing, which of course it looks so cool.
Yeah.
It's really powerful when the whole room is on the same beat with the same foot and everything.
Yeah.
But it's really hard.
Yeah.
And then people, it's a higher level and takes more experience.
Yeah.
Whereas this time, I never felt like she stressed that so much. She wanted to get us on beat, but she didn't really care if you were doing your left foot or your right foot. It was more so, and she was so encouraging.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Sasha now?
Yeah, please.
Okay. She is in the job that she needs to be in.
Yeah.
I told her that after class.
And that's her side. This is her side hustle.
This is her side hustle.
Yeah.
So she works.
I think, anyways. We're just.
No, she told us.
We've talked to Sasha for 5 minutes.
Yeah, we talked to her for 5 minutes, and she works for an accounting firm, I believe, full time, and then does this on the side. And her energy, she also made the experience so phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Because you could tell she loves it. This is her passion, and it's also her superpower.
Yeah.
Because not everybody has the ability to get a room hyped, to make people feel like they're a part of a community, to just instill such a positive and encouraging atmosphere. And when people have that, it is a waste of talent if they're not doing something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy that she was there and that she's doing what she's doing. And I hope that she continues to do stuff like this on the side all the time, because I really appreciated that. And I just even watching her and seeing how much she loved it made me so happy. Yeah. I was smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, that's my favorite kind of fitness.
And I think that's the thing too, right? Is different strokes for different folks. Like, there's going to be individuals that really excel at that type of fitness as well, and some that like just need to learn it a little bit more. And I think what's cool is we're both of those people. Like, you're the individual that is most likely going to excel at it pretty much your first class, where I'm like, I've like the big brute who has like no rhythm, but like I just had so much fun because it's like, at the end of the day, no one in that room was judging me. If anything, people are like, man, good for that guy for coming out. And like, same thing, I was smiling more so because I'm laughing at myself, thinking like, I wish I could have recorded us in that room doing what we were doing, so you could see. So you could see Jess like just being a badass and me being like, what is going on here? Holding on for dear life. I'm like, just give me a weight and like a squat bar.
Yeah. Oh, but then we did have the weights,
and I felt good. I'm like,
so that was where you excelled, because I was at our gym at 6 yesterday, because we did this yesterday.
Yep.
And it was upper body day. So then Sasha says, okay, grab the weights. Meanwhile, both of us have knocked our weights off of our bikes. And so she goes and grabs Isaac's, and she didn't notice that mine was down.
Oh,
so
yes,
I went to grab mine, and I unclipped one of my shoes. That was the only part of the class where I wasn't riding the high, because I was stressing about not being able to get back into the shoe.
And I'm sitting on my bike like an asshole, thinking like, yes, good,
finally.
Yes.
So they're like kind of spinning. I've got my arms up. I'm like looking down, trying to get my shoe to click, like panicking, don't want to interrupt the class. And then it's micro movements.
Yeah.
And she was saying, do this for you. Don't drop your arms. And I was proud of the mental game to be able to not drop my arms. I realized I had kind of an epiphany where it was really burning. And then she said some kind of encouraging words. And I just recognized, I was like, yeah, you can do this. And then suddenly I felt like I had a second wind where I didn't feel as tired, and I felt like I could push through, which was really cool. Yeah.
And what blew me away too was, so I'm assuming everyone has the same weight.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
So
they
like,
got us with like 10 pounds.
Me and you are using the same weight as everyone else. And I'm like, this is burning a lot for me right now. Yeah. And I'm the only male in the class.
Say it.
No, and I like have some muscle.
Yeah. You're jacked. I'll say it.
And not to say other people didn't, by all means, but like, I'm like, I'm struggling. Like, I want to put my arms down, but like what was making me keep up was like looking at Jess like, oh, this looks so easy. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay.
In my mind, though, I was like, thank God I got my shoe back
Yeah.
in. Everything else is fine now. It was just a perspective piece.
Yeah.
Because as soon as my shoe was gone, I was like, there's no worries.
Yeah.
I can handle this. I couldn't handle not having my shoe clipped in because we did a super fast spin at the end.
Yeah.
And I actually came out of my shoe. I don't think you saw this.
No.
But she...
How?
Too intense. She said, this
it.
is our ride home kind of thing. Now go as hard as you can for this song. I can't remember what the song was, but we had very little tension on and we were moving so fast. And at the end, when I tried to slow down, it just flew off.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. You're so intense.
I'm so speedy.
You're so speedy. You are so speedy.
I'm a speed demon.
I was just so impressed from everybody in that class.
Yeah.
Like not just Sasha, but like
Totally.
you and all the other people that
impressed
were in there. I'm like, they are freaking killing it.
And I need to bring up this point. So she had me at the beginning. The music was great. And I think for me, the music makes or breaks the experience. Because if it's songs that I kind of know or they're upbeat in that genre of pump up new music, let's call it, then it's great. But if it's like deep house that doesn't have any words, I don't vibe as much with it.
Gotcha.
At the end for the cool down, she brought the love of my life into the room.
JM.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
She put on Slow Dancing in a Burning Room, which is a masterpiece. I cannot go on enough about this.
Okay, so there's a lot of people who don't know who sings that.
Okay, so John Mayer, my husband, the love of my life. Long distance is hard, but I'm actually seeing him in February.
Oh, nice. Whereabouts?
In Toronto.
Nice.
Where I saw him a couple years ago.
Very cool.
And then a couple years before that.
Yeah.
So we're making it work.
Okay.
And I don't know why I'm turning this into a John Mayer proposal, but if you're listening, John, it's time. I'm ready when you are. But John Mayer once retweeted something that I saw that said, "What's your favorite song that you've ever written, and why is it Slow Dancing in a Burning Room?" And he retweeted it and said, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, she killed it on all fronts, in my opinion.
And she also said she loves John Mayer. So
yeah,
you guys are just kindred spirits.
That part kind of hurt.
Oh, you're kind of like, well, he's mine.
It's like, back off.
Yeah.
But,
wow.
I mean,
You can share.
it's okay. She can appreciate him for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and then to finish it off, they give you the nice, cool towel.
Oh, what a touch. Let's talk about customer service
I
there. And
there was something on there. Lavender or something. I was digging
Eucalyptus
whatever was on
maybe.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, somebody comes in at the end, perfect timing, handing out these wet towels as
With
we're doing
tongs,
a cool
everything
down.
was nice and safe and distanced.
Sasha totally undersold herself because she said this is the best part of the class, which it wasn't, but it was definitely the cherry on top.
It was. That was very nice.
Yeah, and they have towels, just everything about it.
Yeah.
To have the shoes, to have such a nice studio.
Yeah.
Everything. All of the staff was so welcoming. They asked us at the end of class too, because they all knew it was our first class.
Yep.
How was it? How did you like it? That is
great.
just so key.
It was great. The experience was fantastic. The experience from the staff, the experience in the actual class. I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah. I went home and just danced in the shower.
Did you?
Not even kidding.
Wow.
Couldn't even keep my energy down. I just danced around.
Were you playing that John Mayer song? What's it called?
No, I put on Nonstop by Drake.
That's a bit of a different... Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever gets you going. That's
It
good.
was so good. I was just riding the high.
Yeah.
So Lost Cycle, 15 out of 10 experience. Go try it. I think that this one I would definitely recommend. I wish I knew that this was in London when I was a student and really stressed, because it would have been such a good outlet for me to go and get out of my head.
Yes.
So if you're struggling with anything and you just feel like you need to work through stuff, I would 100% recommend go treat yourself to a cycle.
Yeah.
And let go, get those good endorphins pumping, and you will feel like $1 million after.
I also think it would be a cool thing to go with like a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can by all means go by yourself and like definitely feel a part of that community because they're so welcoming. But I think if you were to go like with like a group of friends or something like that, and like it's the type of people that like just don't give a crap and will have fun. Like
just the best.
I think that would be a ton of fun as well.
Yeah. here's the perfect weekend. You have your friends over. You have a great dinner on Saturday night.
Yeah.
You're just, you make dinner together. It's a sushi night. You make sushi as a group with some salad rolls and stuff. Maybe you've got some nice cocktails going, maybe not. And then everybody has a nice evening listening to music, chatting up late, playing a game called We're Not Really Strangers. Great plug there for that one.
I don't even know what that is.
Exactly. Everybody can look this stuff up after. I'm painting the perfect picture for
Okay.
this. Then in the morning, you wake up, you go early to Lost Cycle. You've got coffees in the car, you're vibing, you put on some good music.
Oh, this is like a 2-day event.
Yeah, it's a 2-day event. You go to Lost Cycle.
Yep.
You get that adrenaline pumping.
Yep.
And then you go for brunch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty good.
And then it's a beautiful day, and maybe you go for a walk through, let's say it's the fall, it's October. You go for a nice walk through like Westminster Ponds, and the leaves are falling, and it is the perfect weekend.
I feel like people are just taking copious notes right now.
Yeah.
Brunch? No, scratch that. Spin first, then brunch. Yeah.
Get a nice latte. You could go get boxcar donuts after.
Wow.
London,
Everything
London.
local.
Yeah, everything local.
Yeah.
For
First
this.
you go apple picking at Apple Land.
The crew rolls in on Saturday. You go get apples.
Yeah.
Then you make an apple crisp that night.
Oh, see that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's all about community.
All about community. Okay. Anything else that you want to talk about with Lost Cycle?
I just want to thank Sasha again. And I don't know who are you talking to on the other end?
So Courtney is the owner of Lost Cycle. Okay. And from what I've heard, she is an amazing woman. So I'm excited to talk to her and try out some of her classes.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the only two that I know there. But this is the thing, is if 2 out of the 2 people that I've talked to there are absolutely amazing, chances are every single other instructor they have, staff that they have, is going to be the exact same caliber. So.
Yeah, totally. And I would just say all of these small businesses have had 2 years.
Yeah.
It's just been brutal. And so if you're, getting out there thinking about things to do, go support a local business.
Yeah.
Go be a part of a community. There's no membership fees or anything. You can just go do a drop-in and meet some amazing people and have a great time.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect time to go apple picking and go to Lost Cycle and have brunch.
Go to Apple Land, Boxcar. You can get some ice cream from Havens.
Yeah.
And then end the day at Lost Cycle.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It's perfect.
Cool. Well, thank you for doing that with me.
Thank you for having me. That was so fun. I'm still buzzing from it.
Good. If you guys have any suggestions on where we should go next in London to get our sweat on or our strength on, let us know and we'll check it out. If you enjoyed this podcast, if you enjoyed this YouTube video, feel free to send it to any friends, family. If you are someone from Lost Cycle, once again, thank you so much. And we will 100% be back. So that is it. That is all. Hope you guys have the best day ever. Bye for now.